If you're in the market for an ultra-luxury, high-tech sedan that is a great value and gives you everything that the Germans offer you, you definitely want to take a look at the 2024 Genesis G90. This is the E-Supercharged car, and let me tell you, what you get for your money will really impress you. This vehicle rivals all the Germans. What Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi offers, you can get all that and more at an amazing price with good performance on a vehicle that actually reads the road, gives you standard safety, and a lot of things that the others will charge you up for. One of the things that always stands out when it comes to Genesis is these two striped headlights that also follow along the side for the turn signal. Makes this vehicle very classy, very sophisticated, and stands out in the crowd. You can see this vehicle coming at you down the road and you know immediately it's a Genesis. Our test car is Capri Blue, which is a $900 additional fee, and that two stripe design LED headlights are pretty cool. You'll also note the new Genesis logo with these wings, and you'll see this pattern followed throughout not just the exterior, but also in the interior design. A lot of the lights and sensors that are around the new safety features are typically pretty obvious with a gigantic logo. What they've done with Genesis is you can see the camera right here, but the rest are hidden behind these plates, keeping it nice and clean. These beautiful alloy wheels are 21-inch, and that only comes on the E-Supercharged. On the base G90, you're going to get 20-inch alloy wheels. These ride on Michelin all-season tires. Gives it a really nice, comfortable ride. I just love the design and how they tie it all together, especially with these two stripes. A panoramic roof is standard, as well as power closing doors. This 125-inch wheelbase vehicle has a hands-free trunk, LED headlights, acoustical window glass to keep it really, really quiet inside, as well as the entire design pairs with all these high-quality materials that are standard that would cost you additional if you were to buy one of the German rivals. If you decide to step up to the E-Supercharged, which is my personal favorite, you get rear steer, which makes this vehicle super easy to pull into parking spots, your garage, or just drive it anywhere. You can really feel the difference. It's very subtle, but it makes a huge difference. There's also air ride suspension that comes standard with the E-Supercharged. The warranty on this vehicle is 5 years, 60,000 miles for the powertrain, 10-year, 100,000 mile, which is standard with all the Hyundai Genesis lineup, as well as 3 years, 36,000 miles of included maintenance, and there's a concierge service as well, which makes this vehicle offer even more than the competitors are offering. If you're thinking about a G80 and you'd like more room in the second row as well as more trunk space, you can see this 125-inch wheelbase vehicle is a lot longer and offers a lot more luxury. Coming around to the back of this ultra luxury vehicle, one of the important things to look at is attention to detail, and Genesis has done that, and so have their rivals, but they've really stepped up their game. Very nice clean lines, that Genesis logo across the back, G90, all-wheel drive because they're all-wheel drive, but tying in that exhaust pipe in the shape of the Genesis logo is what I was talking about in the beginning. This really is nice and clean and detailed. Nappa leather interior comes standard with the seating surfaces. The headliner and the dash are synthetic leather. The leather wrapped steering wheel is heated, of course, and the seats are heated as well as ventilated. When you purchase the E-Supercharged model, you also get massaging seats that are heated and ventilated. Really beautiful materials, and the design, again, is all about the details, and they've done that. The second row is absolutely spectacular. And one of the things that the G90 offers, much like a lot of the competitors, is you press a button and the door closes. We wouldn't want you to lean out the door to grab the door to close it. So it does it all for you, which is a really nice feature. Now, there's a lot of things with this interior that are right on par with their rivals. When you're looking at, of course, the automated sun shields that are not just on the side windows, but also in the back so that your passengers are comfortable. You also have these beautiful soft pillows with the Genesis logo embossed. 3 seating across the back. Of course, I'd rather seat 2, and I'll show you why. For me personally, I think 2 people sit across the back of this vehicle much more comfortably than 3. There are 2 child safety seats, but what is offered here beyond the beautiful comfort and the spectacular white interior, which personally I would never own a white interior because I have children and grandchildren and it would be a mess. But also you've got storage here, you've got your vents here, Additional charge ports of 12-volt USB-C here as well. In the doors, you have Bang & Olufsen audio, spectacular grills. There's ventilation in the B-pillar as well as a hook for your dry cleaning or whatever you need to hang there. I like pressing the button to close the door, whether it be from the center console or from the door itself. But there are some additional settings here. You can have your massage seating as well as your heated and ventilated. You can do all your adjustments. But if I want this resting button, you press this button and hold. The passenger side seat goes forward, it gets out of the way, while this seat relaxes further. This goes all the way out of the way. So this is the fully resting position of the rest button, which I find quite comfortable. And you can turn on your heated massage and your memory seating, of course. What else could there be? Bang & Olufsen audio system is down below as well. There's also an emergency access button down below to open the door if you don't want to bend over. Now this is why I like the two-row seating. Pull down this center console, and now suddenly things are different. You've got more settings here. You've got your airflow settings here. You can adjust the radio, the media. You can adjust your channels. You can set the volume. All of this is here, and as you can see on the side, that's your additional seating comfort settings in case you want to relax. Could you imagine hauling your kids to school in this? My kids would have loved this. Additionally, in the second row, you have wireless charging here, and inside the glove box is also a UVC desanitizer for your keys, for your wallet, your phone, a pacifier, whatever it is that you need desanitized. Remember, this vehicle was designed during COVID, and that was a concern of a lot of people, and now you can get rid of those germs quite easily. There are two engine choices on the Genesis G90. Both are backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission. Powered by a 3.5-liter turbocharged V6 engine, our test vehicle has the electric supercharger on it for a boost to 409 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque, gets 17 miles a gallon in the city, 24 on the highway with a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds. Both engine choices are all-wheel drive, 20-inch wheels on the base motor, 21-inch on the E-Supercharged. The E-Supercharger also adds rear-wheel steer, which makes this even more superb handling. We'll put this vehicle into the sport mode. 0 to 60 time is 5.1 seconds. Here we go. No lag whatsoever. That E-Supercharge kicks right in. That's what you get when you get the electronic supercharger. And we are over 60 in 5.1 seconds. Not a problem. I do love this superb handling with this air suspension. Makes a magnificent difference because not just the rear steer in the handling and your driving, but what you're also getting is some of the features I love. In the sport mode, you get the performance, but you're not giving up the ride quality to the point that it's an abrasive drive. Go into the next drive mode and you'll go into the eco mode and everything calms down. Not just the shift points, the suspension, every single thing about the vehicle will then go into an eco-friendly mode if that's what you want. Go into the comfort mode and you get a higher shift point, a little bit louder exhaust. The ride is a touch more aggressive, but not much. But then if you really want to have some fun, I love the sport mode, go and hold that drive mode button and you're into chauffeur's mode and everything gives you that performance that you want, but it gives you this super comfy ride. Even the turn signals are quiet. I love it. They really thought about all the details in an ultra luxury car. This is not a Rolls-Royce. I get that. This is not a Bentley. I get that as well. But if you're looking at those vehicles and you start looking at the price, then you call your insurance agent to get a rate, it's gonna get a little pricey. The one thing I really love about this is the super tight turning radius. Look at that. For a luxury car, you can almost turn on a dime, almost literally, because this vehicle has rear wheel steer. And when you watch how the rear wheels steer just that little bit, and it's not aggressive, but it's just enough that this vehicle feels like you're driving a small vehicle, which makes it easier to get into parking spaces, easier to drive it on the road, easier to make an aggressive maneuver. All of that makes this vehicle even better handling, and that's what consumers in this segment are looking for. It is impressive how well this vehicle handles for its size, the performance aspects, and even the price point, because if you're looking for a car in this category, it gets real expensive, especially when you're adding on all the features of all the German competitors. You start adding in those wonderful add-ons. Oh, I gotta have the safety, I've gotta have the top of the line Burmeister audio. Fabulous product. But unless you're buying those products for the name, you will find that this vehicle offers everything that the Germans offer, except for the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the rear seat entertainment, which is not available. Those are the only two things that are missing. One of the things I like to do when you have rear wheel steer is to try a 3-point turn, so we're gonna try one right here. Let's see, we're gonna pull over to the right. You've got that blind spot detection. We're gonna go over here, pull up. Yes, I know how to do a 3-point turn. Turn the steering wheel back. You can see where you're going with that around view camera right here. And look at that. That is a perfect 3-point turn. And this vehicle makes it really easy to drive, which I think is a plus. And things that people miss all the time when you're purchasing a vehicle in this category is the drivability portion. Yes, this technology is spectacular. You can change the different drive modes and you can get the different gauges in front of you that make this vehicle super beautiful. But honestly, this car offers so much value. Technology screen, you can touch the screen or you can use the dial, which I prefer to touch the screen because I'm used to that with all my devices. You can pick your map, which is super crystal clear, or you can use the Apple Maps or the Google Maps, whichever you want. You can also put that in. You can also go back to the home screen, phone projection, which is the connecting of your phone, your door closures, which you can pick however you'd like them closed or open through here or in the individual rows, which is really a nice little feature. Go back to that home and you've got your phone here, your phone projection. You can set things up. You have a 3D setup, so you can go and do everything you need by just pressing this button and going right into the 3D setup, and it explains how things work, and you can set up all the settings that work for you. You can have a voice memo in case you want to leave a message for yourself later, a reminder. Your Sirius XM, AM, FMs, all the usual stations are there. And yeah, there's AM radio, your media, your HD radio data, and your climate control, which also has the ability to adjust all the vents how you'd like. You have smart ventilation, so you can adjust that ventilation with a fingertip to decide where you want it. Also, you can adjust the rear climate control. And yes, there's vents just above the pockets, so that if you want an air blowing on you, you're not just getting the ones that come off the B-pillar or the back of the center console. It's also available just above the little pockets for the doors. In addition, you can create a mood, your seat adjustments, your quiet mode, your connected services, which is part of Genesis' package, your valet mode, so that someone doesn't have a Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Your Genesis Pay is something that's brand new. You can register your credit card, so if you pull up at a gas pump that they're working with, you can pay and then just fill the pump. You don't have to pull your credit card out of your wallet. All these little details. Attention to detail, especially when it comes to this key fob, really is nice. I love the detail because this is what you grab every day when you jump into your car. Opening the trunk can be from a proximity key, or you can press the button and enter the trunk. There's 11 cubic feet of storage in the back of the G90, pretty equivalent to its competitors. I do like the fact that even the attention to detail in the trunk, they cover all of the screws and nuts and bolts and make it nice and clean. There is also a pass-through for longer items that would go into the interior, which would be a shame because this beautiful white interior could get dirty quite quickly. The base price for the 2024 Genesis G90 is $89,220. Now you want that E-Supercharged with better performance, that air ride suspension, and all of the goodies, including the super impressive interior, and you're at $99,500. Add that beautiful capri blue color, and yeah, you're into that six-figure range, but that's where the competitors live. And their vehicles, once you add in all these goodies, especially safety features and so forth, get very expensive. Now the competitor list isn't that long. You have the BMW 7 Series, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, and the AMG version of that. Yes, you can compete that Audi S7 and S8, But overall, you're looking at what you're getting for your money is an impressive value, which is where the pros and cons come in. Standard safety features all the way around, impressive technology, great handling, a super quiet interior, everything that the competitors offer. So while I am a fan of the Genesis G90, there are two things that are negatives. One, you have to use a cable to connect Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, where the competitors definitely do not have that. If that doesn't bother you, that's not a problem because you do have great technology on its own, and there's no rear seat entertainment. Is that a plus or minus? Well, if you're looking at the BMW 7 Series, you've got an impressive technology suite of what comes for the second row, as well as the Mercedes-Benz and the Audi. So think about what you need. Do you want that technology in the second row? Do you want your kids to be distracted and not communicate with you? Or are you transporting guests and you want them to have the ultimate in entertainment? I think comfort is really important. Entertainment is secondary. Most of the time, I don't turn on the screens when I'm carted around, but that's up to you. If this vehicle meets your needs, you certainly want to take it for a test drive, and I'm sure you have additional questions on the 2024 Genesis G90. Put them down below. If you own one of these cars, I'd really love to get your feedback, but I'm telling you, people that own them, they're absolutely dedicated to the brand, and they used to be fans of the European brand. So there's a lot of changes going on. We've reviewed all of them on our channel. The link for the competitors is listed down below and links to all those reviews so you can do all your homework on one channel. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee, or to stay a second longer, we'll give you a way to save some money on your cell phone plan. We appreciate your support. All the links, social media, book, podcast are down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching. Have you ever thought, why in the world is my wireless bill so darn high? What are we paying all this money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, mobile hotspots? We are partnering with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers all of these features for as low as $15 per month. They're reimagining the wireless shopping experience and made it easy and online. No stores, no salespeople, just huge direct-to-you savings. Why should you pay more when you have access to premium wireless? Mint Mobile runs on the nation's largest 5G network. Whether you use your phone to watch YouTube, listen to podcasts, or play games, you get the same speed and performance as the big guys while connecting to Mint's network. How hard is it to switch your service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's hard, but switching to Mint is super easy. Thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. And if your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. Just go to trymintmobile.com/LaurenFix, also linked in the description down below, to get premium wireless for $15 a month.